Hey y'all, how y'all doing this evening? This is Herb, Coach Herb again, and my girl B. Where we got
How's it going?
we've been joined by a special guest, Paul Raker, who's going to break down how to make this great mimosa. I don't even know what it is. It just looks good, but I think I would like to drink it. But
Stay
maybe I would
tuned.
write down a recipe. And I'm also we're joined by Ben, who's gonna help us out with all our topics that we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about
That's right.
food and drinks.
This is our food and drinks episode. We'll try to have a food and drink episode once a month and try to have Paul come on and give us the drink of the month, basically. Uh, and get us a little tipsy while we're on the call. So, how are you guys tonight?
Try, try to stay sober.
Try, trying to stay sober. How's that
I'm gonna
going?
try. It's
What you
not
drinking
working.
on?
I'm drinking a strawberry because it's Taco Tuesday, and I figured I didn't want to make a margarita, so I bought a strawberry, which is close enough,
I
right?
am not. I don't drink those, so it
Mm,
looks so sugary looking at you.
probably, but it's really good.
Well,
What you drinking, Paul?
yeah, Paul, what are you having?
I'm having just a vodka pineapple right now. Nobody told me I needed to show up to this show sober, so I've had a few already. Hope that's okay.
Hey,
Pineapple juice is one of our ingredients in our drink tonight.
okay,
Yes.
And
okay.
that's what we in the show business call a tease. How about that?
Oh,
Yes.
We
Why
don't
sounds
drink
thank you.
good.
alcohol just for the good
Sounds
look.
good.
So, to kind of kick things off for our food and drinks, obviously, life has been turned upside down. So it feels like this is the time that food and drinks is really something that we can control, whether it be the things we cook, the things we can actually order out, possibly the drinks we have, whether we need too much or not, we haven't had enough drinks. And in regards to the food portion, B, I know you had recently mentioned about going out and trying to find some food, and you've had some not so great experiences. Do you mind kind of filling in our audience on what's kind of happened to you?
Well, yeah. Recently, because I had a craving for sushi, but I was like, no, I kind of want a poke bowl. And I found this place in Sterling, and I wanted to, of course, first of all, have a great experience. But I was so hungry at the time, of course, when I ordered it. And everything went great up until I got home, and you get the bag to go outside and go right into the house and eat your bowl. And I take the bag right out of the car, and all of a sudden the bag broke open and one of the bowls spilled all over the street. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, you know what? Let me just go ahead and like call the place back and say, hey, maybe there was something that went wrong. And like, because I could tell that there was some kind of like sauce, like soy sauce or wetness that was like coming from the bowl. Maybe the lid wasn't closed all the way or something like that. So I called back and I was like, hey, I just got home. All of that just happened. Is there a way that I can like possibly like get a refund or get a new bowl or something like that? And the lady was like, well, you've already left. So like, no. And I was like, what? So,
You already left. It was takeout. You're not
yeah,
sitting down. So how is that possible? Like
yeah,
you were gonna
yeah.
leave as soon as you got the bag. It wasn't like you were gonna stay there and check
I
everything
didn't
out,
know.
and then that was kind of okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I was like, okay. So I was like, you know what? That's
Customer
okay. Like,
service 101.
let me go ahead and like speak to your manager. Is that possible? I could speak to your manager. And she decided to talk in the background to the manager for
Mm-hmm.
me instead of giving the phone to the manager. And then she got back on. She was like, yeah, well, he said that you already left. So like, there's nothing we can do. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, I'm going to write a review on every place that I can. And I'm going to call
Did you
my bank.
did you hear
And
the manager's voice, or did you think that she
yeah,
kind of? Oh, she.
no, I could
Oh,
hear them talking to each other. They were
oh,
literally
okay.
talking to each
Oh,
other.
okay. Because you know how like
Yeah.
people will be like, "Hold on, please," and then they go, and
No.
then they don't find anybody, so they decide to make up something on their own.
No, they were talking to each other.
That's happened before, I'm sure.
So I decided to call my bank and do the most because I was so upset and go on every website that I can write a review because I was so pissed.
So I've never had that. What is that anyway? Is it like a raw fish bowl? What is that?
Yes, it is. Yes. I had like
okay.
edamame and like seaweed and like spicy tuna and I think I put like, I don't know, like other vegetables like carrots and stuff like that.
Okay.
And some rice. It's so good. It's like basically just sushi in a bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Like
you ever had that, Paul?
No, I haven't. I honestly didn't even know how to pronounce it until tonight.
Yeah.
Great conversation because now I can absolutely talk about it.
Exactly.
Is it poke? Is it poke? What is it? I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know what's going on. Well, this has been great.
Would you like a poke?
Can I poke you in your poke? Oh, use that sometime.
Herb, during this time, I know a couple of phone calls or Zoom calls, I would say, that we've had. A couple of them, I've noticed, you're usually busy cooking. So what are some things? Are you normally the cook of the house? Do you have like a that you really, this is the number one thing Herb always has to make because everything else is not as good? Or, what kind of happens in your household?
Well, we kind of trade off. Generally, I make the hearty meals. So I'm like the rice dish maker. Like I made just the other day, I made some curry chicken, which was actually pretty good. And then I had some other things that I make. I make a stir fry.
When you make a stir fry, are you use a wok?
You know what? I need to purchase a wok.
I love stir fry.
I know.
I love stir fry.
That's my next purchase. I make several dishes. My staple is the spaghetti that the kids love.
I haven't had spaghetti in forever.
And in actuality, I make that with ground turkey instead of ground beef.
Nice.
So I have ground turkey, and it's pretty good. It almost tastes like beef. Tastes just like beef. Put some Worcestershire sauce in it, and it'll flip the flavor a little bit. But that's a lot of the stuff that I make at home. The wife kind of sticks to the quick and easy stuff. I do a little salmon, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So yeah, I've been cooking a lot at home. Let's just put it that way. Usually it's a lot more takeout than because of work schedule and stuff. But since we've been home, we've been concentrating on kind of trying to cook healthy. Actually just started kind of focusing on a keto type of diet, trying to cut out the carbs a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat all of the rice. That's tough. Yeah, because like I made rice for the kids, and I'm like, ooh. But funny story. I went to Trader Joe's in Reston and purchased cauliflower rice, which was pretty good. I do like Trader Joe's cauliflower rice.
Yeah, they got some stuff that you look at it first and go, what? Okay, and then when you try it, then it's pretty good. Yeah, but it was good. It was good.
What do you guys? I hear Herb and his wife are cooking at home. It sounds like more often than ordering out, which is great. And Bianca, I know with your two young little girls, it's probably cooking at home that happens a lot, as well as takeout of things. But,
absolutely.
I think it's important during this time for alone time, or at least special moments between you and your spouse, or you and your significant other. So what are
like a date?
yeah, there you go. Call it out. What are your date nights look like right now during this quarantine?
I thought that question was coming to me. I was sweating. I need a fan. Oh, thank goodness.
Can we cool you down? I felt the sexiness coming on.
First of all, I
let
was
me tell you
Googling the
something.
word date. I forgot what that was. I had to look it up for a minute, but now that I know, I was getting a little nervous. I wasn't ready to answer. So
I love it. No, so me and
Zoom
Dave,
dating.
I don't know, man. Look, we've been doing like dinner dates in the house. So I bought like a whole bunch of like stuff to cook with. I bought like a Korean barbecue grill. I bought like a shamba pan to do hot pot and like all these different kitchen gadgets to like just cook and do that so that we can sit down and have like all right, okay, we're gonna test this. We're gonna try this new beer that we just picked up. And then we're gonna go ahead and make this meal so that we can actually like spend time cooking it together and like, whichever when the kids go to sleep. So I don't know, just trying to find dinner things to do here because we can't go out.
Right.
I feel like Amazon has become my new friend.
well,
No,
I have enjoyed
Amazon-
seeing your creative dinner things on
I
Instagram.
try to get really elaborate.
Well, I hope you plug your Instagram because they do look elaborate. I
Yes.
don't make anything that doesn't come with a box and instructions on the back. And I'm very accomplished if I do that. And that's what I've been doing during quarantine in between many DoorDash orders.
Yes.
So you're not cooking anything on your own? Like, oh, let me try. Because I made some quiche for Mother's Day. And
No,
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
It was a big hit. So
Yeah.
I've actually made it a couple more times for everybody,
That's
So
fancy.
and
Yeah.
they like it, yeah. So I've been doing that. And so that's one of the things that I like to do in the mornings. Sometimes you have breakfast for dinner, which is also good.
Oh yeah. I'm into
Yeah.
eating whatever the heck is in the refrigerator. Anytime of day.
It's not a new trick. It was like we have I would cook the bacon in the oven.
Ooh. Yeah, so it stays the
I cook my bacon in the oven.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really good because it's kind of like you can walk away,
Yeah.
put it in the oven, walk away, come back.
And it doesn't pop out of the pan and burn the hell out of your knees. And,
Yes.
Yep.
oh, I love that.
Knees, arms, yeah, it's great. So I do that, and I will take it off, and because I use a little like a grate thing, so it just drips onto the pan. So I don't even have to like really, dry it off. So I set it down and chop it up and mix up all the ingredients, and then make a nice little quiche or just have breakfast for.
Getting real fancy.
Breakfast
I find
food,
myself so me and Dave, we've been getting into coffee. And so our coffee beans, we've been ordering from this place, I think it's Nottingham Hill, and it's in Lewis, Delaware. It's a coffee shop, but they have like 79 different coffees to pick from, I feel like, and they're so elaborate. And we've been like getting this coffee that's like Rice Krispie treats and toasted
flavored
almond,
coffees.
and like butterscotch toffee, such and such, and like it's like wild, like s'mores coffee beans, and like we're those people that like grind our coffee up every morning.
I know, right?
In a French press because it feels like it tastes better. But that's another thing during this time where I feel like I've been getting into coffee.
Yeah.
Paul, I know this is going to be kind of out of left field, but I think it's a perfect opportunity because we have you here with us. What would be a perfect date night for you during quarantine? Like, obviously,
no pressure.
Yeah, like would you want to watch a movie with somebody like at the same time through app on Chrome or through Netflix or whatever provider you use, or would you want to just kind of do this where you talk with somebody and you really get to know them at a deeper level? Like what is a Paul Raker ideal like quarantine date?
So what is this show rated? PG-13, R, T, A? I need to know how I'm supposed to answer.
PG-13.
Well, if you want to hear Paul After Dark, perhaps you will flash on the screen or my Twitter handle or my Instagram. I don't know. But no, I think that this is, I've been dating. I use that in air quotes in quarantine some. There is a guy in particular who I matched with on Tinder about a year ago who lives,
Yes.
yeah, as a matter of fact. And so we had kept in touch just generally for the last year or so, but everyone being in quarantine has given us obviously more time on our hands. And so I hate talking on the phone. I hate FaceTime, admittedly. If you want to get in touch with me, text message my ass, please, and thank you. But sort of like hitting the brakes and slowing down in quarantine has given me a moment to be, I guess, okay with watching movies on FaceTime and things like that. So we've been doing that. We have watched movies and series and had drinks and all kinds of things over FaceTime. And it's been nice, you know. It's definitely, I've kissed a lot of frogs over the last few years in this area. And so it's been nice to meet somebody who I want to be with, you know, even just remotely, and to spend time with. So it's been interesting. You know, it's not something I ever thought I would do. And to be quite honest, I don't know, had all this not happened, I don't know if we would have done it. You know, we were keeping in touch.
Mm-hmm.
But this, you know, Zoom and FaceTime and sharing things across the miles like that is a little more intimate than just sending somebody a text, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting. And
well, thank you for sharing. Sorry if that put you on the spot.
no, not on the spot. I would have liked to have shared more, but it's probably doesn't meet the standards of this great show. Probably
maybe we'll have to do an after-hour dark
after-hour show.
like a Sue
Yeah.
Johansson show. You know, I used to watch Sue Johansson when I was a teenager, The Sex Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about.
I was gonna say, I think this is a perfect lead-in to, you know, why we have you on tonight as a special guest. You know,
Because I'm a sex doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
as a drink specialist.
And a sex doctor.
I'm a drinker. I'm a sex doctor. What can I say? I do it all.
No, we really enjoy.
And you take phone calls.
When we have Zoom happy hour, and we'd like to see the drinks that you make, and we all are super jealous. So actually tonight you have a drink to share with our listeners and viewers. So
I'm ready
to walk us through that. Bianca has actually the supplies to do
Got
it
the
as
stuff,
well.
yeah.
Yes, I've actually just been drinking the Prosecco for a while. So let's make the drink. before I
Yeah,
run
so
out.
let's make sure you have enough to make at least one so your folks can see.
Oh my gosh. Why did y'all give it to her?
We got to make sure she at least has a drop left to make this actual drink that we've been using for the last 20 minutes. So
Yes.
a little background. I love to drink. There's no question about that. When I graduated from college, I was unsure about whether or not I would be able to find a job. So I went to bartending school in the 6 months after I graduated with no job. And I've never actually used my knowledge from there professionally, but quarantine has offered an opportunity for me to kind of do that a little bit, because just like we ask each other when we got on the call, what are you drinking? And whenever I get on a call, somebody always asks, what am I drinking? And so I'm like, I need to at least make them look nice, even if they taste like crap. Know that. So as long as they look beautiful. So tonight is a drink that actually looks beautiful. I'm going to back up so we can make it. Bianca, you got your stuff ready?
I do. I got it.
And it tastes good too, right, Paul? Because I'm not going to drink
good.
it.
Absolutely. It tastes beautifully. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to move this down a little bit. I tried to clean my kitchen today, I swear. Nobody zoom in. Oh, my God.
Freeze frame.
So this is a Mermaid Mimosa. I met
Mermaid
on a
Mimosa.
call with
Okay.
a group of you guys, and
Oh
Bianca,
yeah.
the shaker, maybe just your shot glass, Bianca. You won't need to shake.
Oh,
Put it right in the glass.
all right.
It's a beautiful thing. So this drink is cool because it gives you a chance to what we call layer drinks, which if you've ever heard of a B52 or a duck fart.
Oh, I love B52s. Yeah.
Google those. Those are truly layered drinks. This isn't a
Layer drinks.
layered
Okay.
drink. But what we do, like when you layer a drink, you're essentially putting the liquid with the most sugar content in the bottom, and it progressively gets less and less, which allows it to sit on top of another. That doesn't happen in this. But with layered drinks, you can do that. We'll do that in a different show. I don't know. It depends on.
Yes.
We'll go with what the people
good.
want. Okay. So what you need for this is your melon liqueur. Midori is the most popular flavor. So
Okay.
you have that, Bianca. Yep.
I do.
Yes. Okay. Mine's empty. Clearly, I've been drinking. So a little bit empty.
Clearly, I just bought this.
Looks good.
Pineapple
It will soon
juice.
be gone.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. Okay.
I have pineapple juice.
Prosecco or champagne are fine.
Have Prosecco.
Okay.
And then a little blue curacao, which is an orange liqueur, which you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is great.
Looks
Would you
good.
look at that?
Yeah. Imagine that you have everything. It's
Let's
almost
get lit.
planned this before. So
Yeah, she has
because
an elaborate liquor cabinet.
because I'm a bachelor and I don't have any fine china, I'm going to do this in a nice little clear solo cup. Typically,
Yes.
but it's a mimosa, so you want to do it in a champagne flute. What Bianca has is fine too. Or
Mhm.
Mrs. Glass.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Glass.
So we're going to start with, this is a Mermaid Mimosa. I don't even know if we said that during all this, but we're going to start with the Midori.
All right.
Okay.
And you want to do about an ounce or like a shot glass full of the Midori to start at the bottom.
Oh, all right.
And I'm a heavy pour. I'm going to pour heavy so you can see this, and my cup is a little bit bigger. There's not a wrong way to go. You're gonna end the night feeling good anyway. So
I bet.
So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our pineapple juice. I was too cheap to buy the nice Dole in a can, so I bought the store brand. I don't think that affects the recipe, but you want to fill the glass about a third of the way full of the pineapple juice. So just you kind of discolor it. Kind of looks like preschool snot there. That's a good thing.
I love the description.
Don't want to think about it. But
and then it doesn't taste like it. So then you're going to top your drink off with the Prosecco or
Prosecco.
Pour it most of the way in. Leave yourself a little space at the top. The green will get a little bit lighter. Okay.
This is a big drink.
It's going to taste really good. And another thing is that you probably want to have all these ingredients cold. This is
my goodness.
Typically put ice in. You can after the fact, but you want to try to leave these cold so it's refreshing when you're
right.
And then you want to take your orange liqueur, your blue curacao, and you just want to top it off. It's going to give it a little bit of a nice mermaid hue there.
Ooh, it's sexy. Uh-oh.
And it'll fall to the bottom. I'll show you mine. It'll fall to the bottom and create a little bit
look at that. Yeah, the layers.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? Look.
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
And so
I have garnish too.
You can garnish with a lime wheel, which is what Bianca is going to do.
Oh, nice.
Something I like to do with green drinks, in particular, Midori sours, Tokyo teas, this drink in particular. You can also use cherries. It adds a nice piece of contrast. So if you want a lime wheel on the edge of your glass like Bianca has, and then drop a cherry in
Or drop a
there,
cherry in there.
you can. It's a beautiful thing. And what I love to do is eat the cherry at the end. I love these things, and it tastes delicious. So,
I love eating those too.
so here we go. Then you have this beautiful drink. Ben is putting up the instructions, but you can see the separation. It's a nice color. When you're when you're on your Zoom meetings and people say, "What are you drinking?" Instead of holding up a Bud Light, you can hold up a nice, beautiful cocktail. And you look like a professional, and it wasn't even that hard. It's great.
No,
so
it wasn't.
I love this.
I think I can remember that.
Yeah. And the great
This is great.
once they get your beautiful photo, if it's a little too hot or at room temperature, drop some still nice and refreshing. It's a beautiful thing.
Cheers to
Very
this.
good.
Cheers to Mermaid Mimosas. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Paul. We really appreciate it.
It's so good.
We can't wait to have you as a recurring guest because we definitely need drinks at this time.
Yes.
You know, B, I know you really love to go out and about, especially when it comes to exploring and finding new drinks. Have there been any great breweries or
yeah, man,
have found during this time?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have been to a few different places. We've been to Harper's Ferry Brewing in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Is that West Virginia or is that Virginia?
That would be West Virginia.
Side, I believe.
And
it is on the Virginia side?
Yeah.
And then we've been to Bear Chase Brewery in Bluemont, Virginia. And we picked up beer from Aslan in Herndon, Virginia, and I think a few other places, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, we're trying to find like different places to go and adventure and just kind of like go all over the place a little bit. And then we've also, when we've eaten at a place, we've gotten them to make a drink for us too.
Nice.
So when we went to go visit Dave's mother out in Hyattsville, Maryland, we went to Franklin's restaurant, and we got some margaritas made for us while we had some food made. So,
so was that to go or was that?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was pretty good because, like for the most part, it was all liquor. Like, I feel like they actually gave you the right portion of what you were supposed to have compared to, like, you know, when you're at the place, you feel like your drink may be watered down for the most part, but this was like, it was pretty good. So, yeah, we've been trying to figure out places to just go and adventure. And I think we went to Solace Brewery out there, and I can't remember where that is out in Virginia, but we went out there and Jailbreak out in Laurel, Maryland. So just try to adventure. Adventure around.
Which is what you got to do right now. I was going to say it was funny watching Paul and you know, make your drinks and talk about it, because it definitely reminds me of doing some Zoom happy hour calls and with friends. And I think, you know, we all probably have those couple of personalities or friends that, you know, I think is across the board, happens to everybody. Is there any friend, you don't have to name names, or personalities that you see on Zoom when you're doing your happy hours you think, you know, other people could relate to?
We have a couple of wino friends that like to drink that wine and yell at their kids while they're drinking their wine. We're not going to name any names, but if you knock that bottle over, I'm going to kick your... Like, whoa, you know.
Our Zoom calls are always entertaining.
And always entertaining. They're not muting themselves if you're able to know what they're saying, or are you just reading their lips?
No, they're not muting themselves, and they're yelling in the background while everybody else is trying to talk about other things. But you know, I mean, it's the time right now. We've been like stuck in the house basically, so you kind of have to, like, you know, try to live a different life. I've been going to liquor stores, not as often as I did in the beginning. let's just say I stocked up, and then I've been gradually, bit by bit, getting a few things here and there.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
with
all
you on that one.
I do the ABC. The beginning, I went and got like 5 different liquors, and then now I'm kind of like, whatever I fancy. So I'm a bourbon drinker, so I want to find a few. I've been having a struggling with getting Buffalo Trace and
That sounds
my
fancy.
Angel's Envy is my struggle right now. I have some, but I'm getting low, and so I've been struggling with that. But I have a few other ones that I can drink on, so it's not like the end of the world. But
Are y'all into purchasing handles over at purchasing regular like liters and whatnot?
They sell all
Yeah.
their sizes. I thought they all came as 3.75 or whatever it is, 1.75.
No, they did not. They come smaller, but you can get big ones as well. Depends on like I went to the store. I got so weird thing, like the ABC guy was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we were chit chatting, and he was like, "Hey, give me a call, and I'll let you know what we have." So I called him about a month ago. Now he's called me every time he gets a delivery that I would like, especially a bourbon. So he's like, "Hey, I got this in," and so then he's like, "Come on by. I got like 5 bottles left. I'll put one aside for you." So
Yeah.
it's, you start to get friends in strange places. Let's just put it that way. Now I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool with the ABC guy, which is not. I don't know if that's a good thing.
It doesn't hurt when your name is Herb and you make friends.
Sounds like a good thing to me.
Right.
yeah, it's not bad. I even got a guy, a friend of mine. He was in DC driving around, stopped by a liquor store, and he saw what I wanted, what I needed. Oh, we were discussing it, and he was like, "Hey, I just saw this at this liquor store. If you feel like venturing out to DC to buy it." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I might do that this weekend in actuality."
Hey.
But right now there's a lot going on in our area, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
hate to get on another side note,
but we won't go down that route, right?
Yeah.
Maybe next episode you should.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We probably might have to dip into that. I wouldn't mind actually.
Yeah.
And bringing on a few different people who would give us their take on it too.
The insight on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So B and Herb, I know you guys obviously food and drink. We living here in Reston, we have lots of places that we kind of patronize and give our business to. But I know for this episode tonight, there's a special place that you guys wanted to give a shout out to tonight. So what's the local business that you guys wanted to kind of highlight?
That is true.
Oh,
so
yes.
tonight's small business that we'd like to promote is Tacos de Cola.
Tacos de Cola.
Yes, right off of Sunset Hills in
Sunset
Reston,
Hills.
Virginia.
Yep.
I think their food is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We would frequent that place a lot while we were
Very nice
working.
guys. South Lakes grad.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
good.
they always take care of us. That food is delicious. And they've just opened up a second place in Ashburn, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Very recently, probably I think within the past month, it just opened up. So that's pretty good to be opening up your second place, especially during this quarantine time where a lot of places aren't able to keep their doors open. So shout out to Tacos de Cola.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good place. Good food. Good food. I recommend it highly.
This drink right here is something else.
Is it good?
It's refreshing, right? It's very refreshing. It's very light. Nothing in there has a high alcohol content. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It will impress your Zoom friends. You can take an Instagram photo of it and then like I said, drop some ice in it and let it dilute a little bit, and you can drink all day. It's a beautiful thing.
Very refreshing. Very refreshing. Well, this has been fun, you guys.
Yes,
I love
it has.
this.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, Paul.
Yeah,
Great having
anytime.
you on.
Paul
I think
will
we
join
need to
us,
do
like
this.
we said, often. He'll be joining us once a month during our food and drink episode.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what the next drink is that we'll
And
be
maybe
making.
after dark if you want some.
Right.
Yeah. That'll have to be a double episode 2 of 2.
A director's cut. That's a director's cut right there.
Director's cut. Join us
I
on
love
After
it.
Hours.
Right.
Our other segments.
Yes.
But this has been
Segment
great,
of the
guys.
Yeah.
You know,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate knowing
we
y'all.
thank you for
It's
tuning in.
It's been an interesting time in this world. We're dealing with a lot of different things. Quarantine
So it's
life.
nice to come together and have this moment to share a drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Y'all.
Cheers, and good night. And
Yes,
everybody,
cheers.
everybody, be safe.
Right.
Do not Zoom and drive. Oh, we can't drink and
Good drive.
we can't drink and drive because we're all stuck at home. So
Right.
please control your Zoom correctly. Do not take your Zoom into the bathroom and go to the bathroom. Stuff like that.
Right.
Be responsible.
Oh man, we'll be posting this on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, a few other places, wherever the heck we can post it. So check us out next Wednesday, and see you guys later.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.